Ever stared at your phone, refreshing your bank account, wondering where that promised deposit is? Especially when it's something you really need, like a refund from a service you canceled, or maybe even a cashback reward. You're using Rocket Money, you've done everything right, and you're just waiting. Waiting for that sweet notification that the money is finally in your account. We've all been there, right? That feeling of uncertainty, that little nagging question in the back of your mind, is it coming? Did I do something wrong? Is it lost in the digital void? And when it comes to financial platforms like Rocket Money, which are designed to simplify our lives, that waiting game can be especially frustrating. After all, isn't the whole point to streamline things, to make managing our money easier? So, let's cut to the chase. You're here because you want to know, how long does it actually take for Rocket Money to deposit funds? And the truth is, like with many things in the world of finance, the answer isn't a simple, one-size-fits-all number. It depends on a few key factors. First, let's understand what Rocket Money actually does. It's not a bank in itself. Instead, it's a financial management tool that helps you track your spending, cancel unwanted subscriptions, and negotiate bills. When it comes to deposits, particularly things like refunds or cashback, Rocket Money acts as an intermediary, facilitating the transfer between the original source and your linked bank account. This process involves several steps. The initial step is the initiation of the refund or reward from the original provider. For example, if you canceled a subscription through Rocket Money, the company you were subscribed to needs to process that refund on their end. This processing time can vary significantly depending on the company's policies and procedures. Some companies might process refunds within a few business days, while others might take longer. Once the initial provider has processed the refund, Rocket Money then needs to receive and process it on their end. This usually involves verifying the transaction and preparing it for deposit into your linked bank account. This stage is typically relatively quick, but it still adds to the overall processing time. Now, here's where the biggest variable comes into play: your bank. Banks have their own processing times, which can vary depending on factors like the type of transaction, the time of day, and whether it's a weekday or a weekend. For example, ACH transfers, which are commonly used for electronic funds transfers, typically take 1 to 3 business days to process. So, if Rocket Money initiates the deposit on a Friday afternoon, it might not show up in your account until Tuesday or Wednesday of the following week. Weekends and holidays can significantly impact processing times, as banks are typically closed on those days. Okay, so we've established that there's no single answer. But let's try to give you some general guidelines. Based on user experiences and information available, most Rocket Money deposits, particularly refunds and cashback, typically take anywhere from 3 to 7 business days to appear in your account. However, in some cases, it could take longer, especially if there are delays on the original provider's end or if your bank has longer processing times. Now, what can you do to potentially speed things up or at least stay informed? First, make sure you've linked your bank account correctly to Rocket Money. Double-check the account number and routing number to avoid any potential delays. Second, keep an eye on your email notifications from Rocket Money. They usually provide updates on the status of your refunds and rewards. You can also check the transaction history within the Rocket Money app for any updates. Third, if you've been waiting longer than expected, don't hesitate to contact Rocket Money's customer support. They can investigate the issue and provide you with more specific information about your particular transaction. And finally, remember that patience is key. While it's understandable to be anxious about getting your money, rushing the process won't necessarily make it go any faster. It's also worth noting that Rocket Money is continuously working to improve its services and streamline the deposit process. They understand that quick and reliable transfers are essential for user satisfaction. So, over time, we can expect to see improvements in processing times. Beyond the deposit timeframe, it's important to remember the value that Rocket Money provides as a whole. It helps you save money by identifying and canceling unwanted subscriptions, negotiating bills, and tracking your spending. These benefits can often outweigh the occasional wait time for a deposit. In conclusion, while the exact time it takes for Rocket Money to deposit funds can vary, you can generally expect it to take between 3 to 7 business days. Remember to factor in potential delays from the original provider and your bank's processing times. Stay informed by checking your email notifications and the app's transaction history. And if you have any concerns, don't hesitate to reach out to Rocket Money's customer support. Understanding the process and setting realistic expectations can help alleviate some of the frustration associated with waiting for deposits. And remember, Rocket Money is a tool designed to help you manage your finances more effectively. So, while the deposit time frame might not always be instantaneous, the overall benefits can be significant. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.